let Donna in. All right, so welcome guys. Welcome to Playing to Win. Excited to have Coco Vargas with me today.
Hello.
Milena, thank you for that in the notes. She's that's cute. So we're really happy you're here.
Milena.
Yeah, we have a studio audience with us in the room. So thank you guys for being here. And then we are live on my Facebook page, and we always love to invite people to share great stories about some of our agents out there in the field and what you guys are experiencing. And there's just everybody has a different story and a different take.
Yes.
So I'm really happy to share Coco Vargas with the world today. So welcome, Coco.
Thank you, Melanie. I am enjoying being in this market center now.
Yes. Okay, good.
I'm here for a long time.
You have been here for a long time. So how long have you been in the market center?
I've been here for 16 years. Wow. I know it's a long time.
That's amazing.
I've been through, and so I see the energy now, and I love it.
Oh.
I'm learning a lot from you.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I get to come, and Coco's one of those people that shows up every day, and you're always here helping. In fact, you were here at 8:30 this morning, you and Ben Love, yes, for the School of Listings, helping agents how to think differently about getting more listings and how to do that. So yes, Coco is amazing, Donna. I completely agree with you.
Thank you, Donna. You're so sweet. You are too.
Oh, that's awesome. I love it. Well, why we started this whole thing, and I always kick off with this, is playing to win is a mindset, right? And yes, it's kind of like how people approach life, how we approach business, how we approach everything that we do. And 2020 was such a weird year, and I think we're transitioning out of that. And I want to just feature every week people that I think have a playing to win attitude.
Thank you.
And you, my dear, have a playing to win attitude for sure, for sure. Just you show up like that every day. Coco is one of the most positive people I've ever met. And okay, here comes someone else in our little studio audience, and just is always there to help. And you're kind of, Coco, one of those people that is under people. People don't necessarily know how successful you are. You're very humble. You're very under the radar. You're very connected in the community. I mean, I've been in Austin for 10 years, and you and I have sat in recruiting appointments because you've inspired people to get into the business because you were so lovely to work with. So
I have many, maybe 10 or clients have become agents.
Wow, 10 agents, 10 clients have become agents because they're inspired by you.
More,
that's amazing. That's amazing. That is incredible. Okay, so we're going to talk about playing to win, and every week we kind of take it different places. So we'll take it wherever we want to go. Okay.
Yes.
So world welcome and meet the amazing Coco Vargas. So here we go. All right. So let's start with okay. So 16 years in the business. You have a team, and your daughter is one of those members. Yes. Tell me a little bit more. Who else is on your team? Because I know you have a couple other awesome people on there.
Yes, we are 3 agents and 3 assistants. The 2 agents are full-time. One is my daughter, and that's when I decided to become a team. When she asked me to be in my team, I was a solo agent for a while.
A long time.
A long time. Yeah. And I just couldn't handle any more my business.
Yeah.
And that's when I decided I was resisting to have a team.
You were resisting to have a team. You didn't want it. It seemed like more work, right?
Correct.
And it is. Having people, I mean, it's definitely a decision you have to make, because running a team is very different than just running a real estate business. Yes. Right? Wouldn't you agree?
Yes. And you have to learn. So what I did is I have a MAPS coach. So I asked them to assign me to a coach that teaches me how to grow a team.
Oh, I love that.
So that was something that I really didn't know how to do.
Yeah, I love that. And when did you start kind of on that path to build a team? Like, has it been about a year? Or
2 years.
2 years now.
2019.
Okay.
So basically, when I got an award, and then I couldn't get any more business. I felt like
maxed out.
Yes.
Yeah. You hit your ceiling. You hit your ceiling. You couldn't grow anymore on by yourself.
Yes, and I felt like I was starting to not have a lot of fun because I couldn't service everybody, and so that's when. Yes, I created a team, and my first agent is my daughter, Coco Marie. She's great. I am so proud of her, and also I have learned a lot from her because she's coming from the from a business mindset.
Yeah.
So I have learned a lot from her.
Isn't that great to see? Because she's seen you doing this the last 16 years, and she brings a different perspective and different energy to it, right?
Because she was working for another company for a while.
Yeah.
So she already knew systems that I didn't know.
Oh, wonderful.
And we hired the full-time assistant.
Yep.
She did. And I couldn't have hired a better assistant than the one we have, the full-time assistant.
And that, what a game changer! Just that hiring of an assistant for agents out there, like getting that off of your plate.
Yes, and we interviewed several people. We were almost going to hire someone, and then this girl comes in, and my daughter is like, I see the best person, and so we stopped and we hired her. We interviewed her, and she's amazing. She's really amazing. And then my second agent she was first my client.
Yes.
Then she was my friend.
Yes.
And now she's a very good agent. She's very hardworking.
I remember
person.
that. I remember when she was getting in the business, because I met with her. Remember, because I was already OP here, and we were talking about which location. And I remember telling her, "You need to go work with Coco." And I said, "If you have the chance," because she was so inspired by you.
Yes.
And I said, "If Coco says yes, you should work with Coco."
Yes, and I think she's enjoying the work. She's doing great. I cannot believe it.
That's wonderful.
And then we have two part-time assistants. One is a customer service assistant.
Oh, customer service assistant.
Yes. She only takes care of our gifts and thank you gifts and raffles and complaints also. She's very good at talking
managing
to them and managing and staying calm.
Wonderful.
She's very, very good.
I need one of those in my life.
I used to do that myself.
Exactly.
And it's very draining sometimes.
It is.
Yes.
And if you can find somebody else that's their strength zone and they're so good at it.
Very good at it.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yes.
I hope you guys are hearing these little nuggets here. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
And then our last assistant, it was an idea from Coco Marie, and that was brilliant. We were running all around trying to figure out where to find new construction, because that takes a lot of time.
It does.
So Coco came up with this idea, and now we have an assistant that all she does is place our buyers to the matches, she talks to
all the new home communities around the city.
And she has become very, she's very good at relationships. So she talks to different communities. They send her the releases, and she sends a text, alert, there is a new house here. And she's great. And so they created, Coco Marie and her, they created a system where each buyer has its own Google form.
Okay.
And so
that's brilliant.
Yes,
that is brilliant.
Yes, that I think.
And so when something pops, you can see the matches.
She calls us or texts us, and she makes she coordinates our appointments with the builder, and she knows exactly which floor plan they like, and so we just go in and deal with them.
So smart.
Yes, so that is giving us more time to get listings and to service the resale and show. Yeah. So that's I'm seeing
so smart. I love that. Think about those two things you just leveraged. Number one, you have somebody that's taking care of the clients, right? And all that stuff that needs to get taken care of, because without our clients we have nothing, right? It's just like for me, without you guys, I have nothing. It's true. It's the same feeling. Well, we lean on each other, right? But to find the people to take care of your people. And you do it in such a creative way. I love that. One's part-time, that doing all of that stuff. And then, but I think it's really, really smart, because especially in the tight inventory market that we're in right now, and like, Andres last week, right? And Diego, when with them, they were talking about, Andres does a lot with the builders. And I think you're so smart, because you have to find other ways to help your buyers win, right?
We are leaning heavily in new construction.
Are you?
Yes, we are. Okay. Anybody, we interview them, and when they don't have 50,000 to play with, they go to
Sitting
new
in a bank?
construction.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. That's so smart. Okay. So let me ask you the question that I start with everybody, which is, and is that your whole team? We got everybody, right?
Yes.
Okay. So you have, it's 3 agents and then a full admin and then 2 part-times. Awesome. Okay. So what does playing to win look like to you?
To me, playing to win is when we are able to service our client at a high level. So we need all this support from the assistants to keep servicing them.
Yeah.
We need their support. So
Right.
that's
So having that support feels like playing to win,
Mhm.
because there's this thing called E to P, right? Entrepreneurial to
Mhm.
purposeful. And it's one
Yes.
of our 6 personal perspectives we talk about at
Mhm.
Keller Williams. And it's like everybody has a ceiling of achievement, you
Mhm.
know? And I think that's what agents really struggle, and all of us, not just agents. I can recognize in my life when I'm having an E to P moment, when I
Mhm.
need help, I need a system or a person.
Yes.
And if I don't get that, it stops being fun for me.
Yes.
I'm not having fun. I'm going to burn out. So I'm always looking at, okay, I recognize this feeling. What do I need to change?
Yes, correct.
Because if you're just hitting all the time, that means you need to change something.
Mhm.
And look how that changed for you. Now you have like
Yes.
opened up the gate where it's like you have other agents that you didn't think you would, but it kind of naturally happened with your daughter. And then good infrastructure with admin,
Yes.
and how different
We
your life looks.
yes, it looks very different because I can trust that my assistant, Candice, is the assistant that is
Candice.
customer service.
Yeah.
She takes care of all the listings, and they call they call her. She coordinates cleaning, and so I don't have to be doing that.
Yeah.
And it gives me time to do other things.
Think about the time and energy that takes, right?
Mhm.
So you not having to do that is smart. Tell us about your business a little bit. Like what's the percentage of like buyers to sellers that you work with?
It always has been heavy on buyers.
Okay.
This market has changed.
Okay.
And I am concentrating more on listings.
Okay.
We're getting more listings. Actually, we have 7 listings coming before the end of the month.
7 coming before the end of
So
June. Okay.
Yes.
Wow.
So, and then we have already pipeline for July.
Nice.
That is helping a lot with the time. And
for sure.
buyers are taking a lot of
Yeah.
time, but it's shifting because we are concentrating.
Yeah.
Actually, right now is a very good time to get listings.
Yes, absolutely,
Yes.
absolutely. Because of, they have equity,
Oh
right?
my God.
So then we talked about this a little bit yesterday. How are you helping and I know it's not on here, but how are you helping that seller who wants to maximize on their equity,
Mhm.
but doesn't know where they are going to go?
Mm-hmm.
Do you run into that at all?
Yes, we run into that a lot. And we are truthful, and we tell them, we have right now we have several people staying with their parents.
Yeah.
Or renting an apartment for
right.
a couple of months.
Okay.
And that has to happen. There's no
Right.
other way.
Right.
But
exactly.
they know.
And they're okay with it.
They are okay. They
Okay.
see their equity.
Uh-huh.
They're very happy when they see. I mean, when I
Yeah.
started selling,
Yeah.
today I have an appointment with a lady that I sold the house for $87,000, and we're going to list for $300,000.
Oh my gosh.
So
wow. She's pretty happy.
She's very happy. So even if she said
that's a nice improvement there.
Yeah, she said even if I have to rent, that's okay. We are going to wait.
That's amazing. Okay, so what do you find that you're doing differently? When I ask that, I hear the assistant that's helping with the new home communities. Like, that's brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
What are the things you're finding that you are doing differently in this market?
Differently from
before. Let's just say
yes.
From 2 years ago. It's even a year ago. I mean, COVID really changed everything, but the
Mm-hmm.
last 6 months is when it's gotten super crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So, but even just from a year ago, what are you doing differently today to win?
Myself, I am relying more in my team.
Okay.
Which I was not used to because
Yeah.
I was forever a solo agent.
You were everything.
Yes.
You were doing everything.
But I feel the support.
Okay.
And it gives me a lot of confidence that I know things are going to be handled.
Mm-hmm.
Which it took me a while to trust, maybe, or to get.
Yeah.
So the first year was a little tougher, but now
Right.
I am seeing that my team is amazing. I mean, I can see that every person they push me because
Yeah.
when I wake up, I already know everybody is in their mind. They have their plans for the day.
Uh-huh.
And that when you have people that are very committed, is very rewarding.
It's very rewarding. And you as the
Mhm.
leader, right? You as the leader want to show up for them.
Mhm. Yes, correct.
Right?
That's another thing.
It's another thing.
Want, yes.
You want to. If you're a good leader, you want to show up for your people and you want to lead by example.
Yes, correct.
You know, and I think that's one of the reasons that I've been a team leader for so long, because I get to do what you guys do, but I get to do it with you guys. It's the same thing. We're in this together. Nobody has success just fall from the sky.
Yes. No, and actually having a good team makes you better.
Yes, it does.
Because you have to be better for them.
Yeah.
And you have to
when you do it the right way, though, when you do it the right way. And Coco, you are doing it the right way, because you're also, remember there was a while that just everybody wanted to come join you. Remember you were being like inundated. And you're like, oh my gosh, I don't know about this. Slow down. It's not about just having a team. Is not just putting a bunch of people together. And people misunderstand that. What you've done is you've been very specific on who's doing what, and together you achieve so much more. That's why the idea of teams were born, right? It's like a solo agent is going, and we love solo agents. Don't get me wrong. If you'd have stayed solo agent, awesome. But you felt you were hitting that ceiling of achievement, right?
I felt that, and either I had to let go business or refer business out, or start my business. So having two part-time assistants is very profitable, because they are. So my customer service assistant, Candice, she's on call.
Oh,
so basically I don't have to be paying 40 hours a week.
Nice.
If I need her, I call her. But
that's
I know
great.
She has, it's
okay.
It helps when you're growing.
Yes.
And you don't want to spend all your money.
And you don't have this fixed big expense that of all these people that you have to pay. Yeah. Yes. I love that. So the lesson is, what are you guys looking for that you could be more creative, more fluid, that could work? Don't assume you can't do it. Like if you don't have a budget to hire somebody and you guys need leverage, there's always lessons in all these stories we talk about. Anybody we talk to on these sessions, you can be learning something from them, right? And think about, instead of Coco taking on 3 full-time fixed expenses, she's finding creative ways to make it work. Yes. Those opportunities are out there. It's just you have to look for them.
There are a lot of opportunities, and if they're willing to work 20 hours, and doesn't matter how long does it take. It's fine.
One day could be 8 hours and another day, whatever, or it could be little hours to, right? It's like having I think you're seeing more and more businesses doing that too, having more flex schedules and stuff for people, but finding a way that works for you. So don't assume that you can't grow because you're thinking of this annual salary that you don't have sitting in your bank account. There are ways to do it. I mean, you can hire a contract to close people and pay them at closing, right? That you only pay them when you get paid. Find a way. But if you're one of those people feeling like you're hitting a ceiling, because in this market, you really can feel that a lot.
This market is tough.
Yeah.
It's tough, but you have to stay positive and you have to stay calm. That's the most important.
Yes.
You have to stay, because you communicate your calm to other people. And
they can sense that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And my team always tells me that, we have to listen to your calmness.
Well, I see you as you're kind of that calm person. You're very good at that. Like if you're stressed, you don't show it. You don't show it. I'm starting to know you better and better. And sometimes I can tell in your eyes if you're really like concentrating on something or whatever. I can tell you're focused, but you're never stressed.
I am stressed sometimes, but I don't show it. That's what people tell me. I don't show it. Of course, I am
always.
Sometimes.
Oh, yes.
There are things. There are days that several things are happening, but I try to always stay calm.
But the clients appreciate that.
Yes.
Right. Because when you're calm, you're the calm for them. And I think that he who gets more emotional in any kind of negotiating situation loses. Right. And so when you're the one that can be the calm for them, especially when they're writing offer after offer. So how are you? Yes. Okay. So you said new homes construction is one of your solutions, but how are you educating your buyers in this market about that? Because it's tough. And I don't want to make it a negative at all, but there are just certain things. If you want to play to win in the market right now, there are certain things necessary. There's no emotion around it. It just is what it is, right?
It is what it is. But at the same time, we are the ones that are responsible to to give them knowledge.
Yeah.
And one of my strengths probably is numbers. So I am good at numbers. So when we have the consultation, I show them, okay, you want to live here, but look at these 3 houses that sold. The last 3 houses that sold for $100,000 over. Are we going to be able to do that? We are going to try to help you. If you want to make an offer, we are willing to do it, but it's very slim possibility that you will be able to be there. So we need to open our criteria to new construction. If you only have 20,000, we need to go to new construction.
Yeah.
And they see it because I show them the numbers. It's not that, it's not something
you're making up or something. Right. So do you really believe that, so if you don't have a bunch, and this is what I just love, this is why I always ask you guys what you're seeing out in the field, but if your buyer, has an unrealistic expectation of what they can get, and they don't have $100,000 or whatever sitting in the bank, then you're going to find a solution with new homes or whatever. Because I'm hearing all kinds of different things too, that there's higher down payments and stuff like that on some of them, or bidding wars, but you're able to get them in there if they don't have a lot of.
We are not able to help them with resale if they don't have a lot of money.
Okay.
I mean,
not in this market.
Not in this market. Coco is closing something today, Coco Marie, where they are bringing, I think, $1,200 to the table on a resale.
Wow.
That was a miracle.
That's a miracle. Congratulations, Coco.
But that doesn't happen very often.
No, that's pretty unique. Yeah, that's pretty unique.
Yeah. So we have to guide them on the right direction, and we have to show them. They understand. They will tell, they will, when we show them the numbers and we show them what the market looks like, they tell you, yes, okay, I am willing to go here. Yeah. Or we tell them, real estate goes by steps. Let's if you don't like to, we need to do steps. First, let's buy a little house that is new. Yeah. And then in 2 years, you can have a lot of equity and go to another. Love that. And so there are always ways to encourage them.
And that's such a smart way to advise people to purchase. I know when we moved here from, to Austin 10 years ago, and we really got hit with that market where we were in Nevada, right? And so we lost a lot. And so our first house, I knew that was going to be our first investment, right? Once we moved out of it, although I loved that house, I would have stayed there longer, but then the boys started getting bigger and all that. And then this house we live in now for 7 years, it came available. And I was like, okay, that's the next one. And my husband would have liked to have continued that and kept moving up and then turning them into rentals. But I love our house where we are right now. I'm like, no, you can't find this spot. Yes. But buying consciously. And I think that we don't learn that growing up. And it's, again, like we talked about with Jay Papazan about investing and the power of money and thinking about, this home being either my next investment or whatever, but thinking that way instead of, I think, and we're realtors, we're in real estate. We love real estate, but we never want to put our clients in a situation where they're house poor, meaning, right? They can't afford their payments. They can't do anything else but pay for the house. Yes. And I think you've seen a shift of that with the low interest rates and stuff like that. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, new construction is a very good solution, and we have many people under new construction.
Yeah,
right now.
Sounds like it. Yeah, yes. You and Andres, I guess. Yes. Told me you had 15 pendings last week. Wow. And this is, it's amazing what you're finding ways to win. So how are you educating your sellers right now? If they want to sell, anything differently, like how do you prepare them for the market?
Well, when we talk about the values, and I tell them, look, you are going to get over what you're asking, but the house has to be in good condition because the winning bid will want to have everything done. Yeah. So we encourage more than any other time to do small repairs. Okay. We send them a list of things to watch for, like change all the light bulbs, change the filters, make sure the house is super clean. Yeah. If it's not clean, we send them the cleaning ladies. Yeah. And make sure the house looks super nice for the day of the inspection. Yeah. And they are going to get more money, but the house has to look very good.
Yeah, I think that's a good point, is that it can be a misconception that, any kind of house can sell in this market. It's like, any kind of house can sell, but it's for how much, right? Because perception is still, really, really important for sure. Right?
And if you are the best looking house in the neighborhood, and it ends up terminating, you're going to start again, and you are not going to be there anymore.
Yeah, right.
So yeah, we talk about that, and we help them prepare the houses. We are very heavy on preparing the houses.
Okay.
Candice takes care of that. We stage.
You stage. You do staging. Okay.
And coordinate paints, whatever needs to be done. We try to convince the sellers to do as much as they can.
Okay, I love that. Okay, so we talked about buyers, we talked about sellers. What do you think that you're doing really well?
Right now, what I think we are doing very well is I have, I learned how to work by referral. Took me a while.
Okay.
You know, when you are a new agent, you try everything. You try open houses.
Yep.
On duty,
for sale by owner, or whatever,
everything.
Yeah, door knocking.
And that's the great thing about this business, that anyone can do it.
Sure.
And there are so many different styles, and we are all different.
Right.
But when I learned that my strength is referrals, I learned that with my first coach.
Okay.
And that's when it was like, oh my God, yes, this is what it has to be. Yeah. So I have my database. Okay. Now the database has grown with the 2 agents we have. We have 3. I bet. And we reward every single referral.
Nice.
So we teach, train your database to send you more people.
Absolutely.
So Candice is in charge of that. Okay. Every referral we get, we send an email to Candice, and she either delivers a wine bottle or sends a thank you gift.
I love that.
So that is working very well.
Yeah, I love that. And, you know, sometimes people are getting too busy to thank the source for the referral, but without referrals, I mean, and think of the energy on that too. When you get a referrals from somebody, they've already validated you, right? Like, I love referrals. You hear me, guys? I love referrals. Like, for example, the gentleman I was just meeting with that's just joining us, he moved here from Chicago 3 years ago. He's been in the business for 3 years, and he was a referral from one of our 8, from Ben. From Ben Love. And he was just really inspired by him. And so those are the most fun conversations, right? Because that's like you going on a listing appointment with somebody said, oh, you have to talk to Coco. It's a different energy, and you've already built that relationship. So I never understood why people didn't spend more time on the relationships that they have already, because that's, for me, I think we all win together. I love sending people referrals. I love helping other people. Like, hey, I have referrals. I send referrals all over the country and all through Austin for different things, right? But there's such a power to that. It's such underutilized by people.
And it's also because we don't have time.
Yeah.
I used to not thank every referral, and I had a list of people that, I need to send this. But now with Candice, we just send emails. And
and it's a system that you put in place. Yep.
And then also, the people that send you the first referral and you send them the first thank you, they immediately send you another referral.
Isn't it amazing? Isn't that amazing?
you tell them.
Yeah, you train them, and they say, oh, who else can I have, right? Yes.
Or the next time someone talks about real estate, they say, Coco.
Right, because they feel appreciated. Yeah, I love that. That's great. Oh, I love that so much. Okay, so you're really good at referrals. And then how do you know when you're winning?
We know when we're winning when we see the flow of referrals. Probably we feel very loved by our clients. They send us they are very good to us.
Wonderful. Well, you've earned that. They're good to you because you've earned that, Coco.
Yeah, I feel like they are. A lot of my clients, I feel like they are my family. I enjoy taking them out to dinner, being with them. We have become, it's a great, I think I could do this even if I didn't get paid.
Well, I can't edit that part out. So she still won't be charging, but but I know what you mean. But isn't that where you're winning, where you're doing something that you love so much that you would do it even if it was not the way you funded your life from? That's amazing.
It is.
You don't hear that a lot.
I love this. I love my work. I love my job. And now that I have my assistant, my team, I love to see them caring about our database the same way I do, because that's something. I think that's something that, how do you say? It's cultural,
Mhm,
like,
mhm.
or it's a culture.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah, it's the culture of your team that you're all you all have a real sense of caring around the database, and everybody takes ownership of it, and everybody's really paying attention and wanting to provide service to your people. How big is the database about, do you think?
I think right now it's almost 800.
Oh, see, and that's a good size. That's a really good,
It's
healthy
not
size.
huge, but
They're people you know.
it's people,
Right.
everybody, 98% or 99%, I don't know, of our business is referrals.
Oh, that's amazing. That's
So,
amazing. That's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yes.
So you know you're winning because when you're getting referrals. So obviously you're winning because you're getting lots of referrals.
We are. We
And-
have a budget for the referral gifts every month.
Okay.
And when we don't give up, give out everything, I'm like, what
We didn't hit
happened?
our number.
We
Yeah,
have
right.
leftovers.
Yes.
And so so we count every month how
Okay.
many referrals we have. We do a raffle every month.
Oh, you do?
And we do on Facebook.
I've seen some of those raffles. Yeah.
And so, yeah, they send us, there are some people that send us so many referrals.
Oh, I love that. Hey, by the way, I saw you on it was like a cooking with Coco or something. Was that one of your giveaways, or was it just a different event?
You know, we have 4 events a year. We used to have, or I used to have.
Okay.
And then COVID hit.
Right.
And we didn't know what to do. So, Coco came up with the idea of cooking, Coco Marie. And it was successful, very successful. Some clients send us photos of their finished recipe.
Oh, how fun. So they were at home and watching you. You look like the Julia, whatever her name is, right? And I was like, cooking with Coco. I'm like, that's so cute. You had the whole kitchen set up. And so you send that to your database, and it was like an event that they would cook along with you.
It was live.
It was live. And what were you cooking?
Oh, there is a cake called Tres Leches.
Oh, trust me, I know Tres Leches. My older son everything is the Latin culture. We know all about it.
So I know how to bake that, and
nice.
People say that I do it very well. So
okay, so you're kind of famous for it.
So yes, so some of the clients said, "Oh, thank you, because we wanted to have your recipe."
Oh,
and now they have
that's
it.
Wonderful. That's such a cute. Think about what a cute idea that is, and it was a fun way for her to give back to her clients. And it didn't cost anything. It's just you sharing, something, and it's personal because it's something that you make, right?
Yes,
and
correct.
so
yes,
that's really cool. I love that. That's a great idea. That is a super fun idea. You should do it. Are you going to do another cooking with Coco?
Not anymore.
Okay.
Now things are changing. We are planning a live event.
Oh, nice. What do you guys know? Do you know?
We don't know.
Still working on it?
Yeah, the last one we had, our full-time assistant, she was a dance director before joining our team.
Oh.
She's very good.
Okay.
So we had our last event was called Dance into 2020, and it was great. It was in a big salon, and we had a lot of people, and we learned to dance that salsa.
Oh, salsa dancing.
We had so many people. It was great.
Oh, what a fun idea. Okay, what a fun idea. So you're going to do something like that.
We're going to do something. We do every year. We usually do boat.
Okay. Oh, nice.
At the lake.
Okay.
Last time we sold out of reservations in 2 hours.
Oh, wow. Okay, because it's limited. You can only have so many people on that boat. Yeah.
Maybe now we can rent a larger boat. I don't know.
Okay. How fun. Aren't those fun? And those are always such great times to reconnect with your people. Like if you guys are not adding like client appreciation parties to your repertoire of what you plan every year, I think you're missing out. And I know in the MREA, Million Real Estate Agent #2 that they've worked on, right?
Yes.
I've seen Jay talk about instead of the 33 touch, it's the 36 to connect or whatever he calls it. But what they added were client events. Right? It was client events, because how important those are, and just to thank them and acknowledging, because even if they don't come, I like getting an invitation and stuff like that. I feel appreciated whether I can make it or not. It's still a positive impact to somebody that I'm helping grow their business. I feel appreciated when something's out there. So
yeah, we will start soon.
Fun. I love that. I love that. Okay, I'm going to open it up. I see that we have a question in the chat. So if anybody else has a question for Coco, anything you want to know. But Jonna asks, what was the hardest thing for you transitioning from solo to team? How did you go about hiring your assistant, and what other leveraging are you using?
Okay, the hardest thing, my personality is, um, I'm learning to have a team, but I was very good at working by myself. So that was the hardest part, to learn how to work with other people. And I'm learning, and I'm learning every day. That's something I think is working. Mhm. Um, my background is engineering, so
Yeah, you're an engineering
uh,
background. You're one of those rare people that I would never think that of you.
but but I grew into this position of helping people, and I love it.
Yeah.
And it's something I'm trying to grow this part of my personality.
Yeah, and so
Um,
and John and Jonna, if you want to unmute yourself and continue to ask, but did your daughter hire the assistant, or did you hire it?
we
Do you
both
do it together?
we did together, but she used to hire at her company.
Ah, okay.
So basically, she asked me, what does an assistant needs to have? And I said, they need to be very detailed.
Okay.
So she came up with questions that show if that person is detailed.
Okay.
And so, yes, we interviewed, and she posted in Indeed,
and to your sphere, exactly,
Mhm.
to your, I would always go to the database, right, too,
Mhm.
and say, hey, the Coco team is growing. Who do you know that would be amazing
Yes.
that I should talk to about this opportunity?
Yes. So before I had her, I would freak out sometimes if I was not having an assistant contract to close, but you should not worry about that, because there are always assistants that you can use online, right?
Right, exactly.
So
the virtual
the
assistants.
virtual assistants are always there to support if we need more help on that sense. So that's the only leverage we have. The full-time assistant that does all the contract to close, most of our media, social media she does,
Okay.
and she keeps us on check because she has the scoreboard, and she's like, today is this listing and I need a photo. So
Oh, perfect. That's great.
She's very good at that. She has the
Good.
personality to manage that. And then the other two assistants help me with customer service when there is any problem. I have one person that will talk to them and calm them down, and the other one is helping us with the new construction.
Okay.
And then Donna says, where is it? You would
Rent a boat. Yeah.
Oh,
where would you rent a boat for your client appreciation?
Mhm.
How many people do you think you could have? And then it just, because she was thinking it could be, costly. So
Yeah, we rented the last boat we rented. It was, of course, in a place in Lake Travis. I can find out the source.
a lot of those party
Yes,
barge kind of
yes.
thing. One of those
And
big ones with a slide and the two decker kind of
it
thing.
didn't have a slide.
No slide?
But it had on the first, or maybe it had
Is it two-story though?
Yes, yes, 2 stories.
And then there are a tube from the top that comes into the pool.
Yes,
and they have the little noodles. And
Yes,
I've looked
but I
into
don't
that.
remember that because I didn't go.
You didn't go up the slide.
But yes, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
All the kids were on the top and they were swimming, and it was super fun. Super fun.
I think they're like, I think they're something like $500 an hour, aren't they?
I think
or a little more.
I paid about
$1,000
$900
for half day or something.
For half day,
Yeah,
exactly.
that's what I've seen because I just recently have been looking. So Donna, and then you can bring food and your own food and drink, right?
Yes, we brought an entire catering from, I think it was Jimmy John's.
Okay, nice.
And then just a lot of drinks.
Yeah. And then, so it doesn't have to be, that's not a lot of money. I mean, I'm not trying to minimize it. I mean, it's costly, but if you budget for it,
yes,
and you can reach how many people you said about?
Well, we reached the database completely, and it was like 50 or 60 people. I think it was 60 people.
Okay, yeah.
But immediately, like very soon, I got a call from a client saying, I'm trying to register, but it doesn't take it. And I called the assistant and she said, oh, it's booked.
It's because it's booked.
It's booked.
It's booked already.
So next time we're going to rent a larger one. There is a larger one.
Okay.
That I didn't want to rent because I didn't think we were going to fill it.
You didn't think you needed it.
Yes.
And now you know you do.
So yeah,
exactly.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I totally, Donna, I think you should do it. It'd be super fun. And then she's saying, where do you get virtual assistant and what type of projects can you assign to them? So yours aren't really, well,
No.
do your, now Milena asked in the chat, that's why I opened that up. She's asking if your assistants are in the office, or do you have them, do they work virtually?
They work virtually.
Okay.
We meet once a week with the assistant, with everybody. All the team meets once a week by
Okay.
Zoom.
Okay.
1 week we don't meet. We have a happy hour instead of the meeting, because in the afternoon we go to happy hour.
Okay.
And then I meet on one-on-one as needed.
Okay.
But you need to come up with this is what I learned from my coach. So when you have a team, you have many people asking questions. And that's something that if you're not used to manage, so what you have to do is, what I was advised to do is time block. Like, please tell everybody, try to find the solution by yourself. If you don't find it, then just say a time, 1 p.m., 2 p.m. We have 15 minutes to discuss this and to try to find a solution.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. How did you find your part-time people? Did you run an ad for that too, or these people that just came into your life that
they came in? Well, Candice was my client. I sold her a house, and she 2 or 3 times she asked me, do you need help? And I'm like, no. But then by the 3rd time I said, okay, let's try this.
Yeah.
And then by that time I was by myself, writing all the thank you notes myself and missing a lot of things.
Yeah.
And she takes charge. She immediately
That's...
takes the lead, and she enters it on the database, and she starts following up with them.
That's amazing.
Yes.
That's exactly what you need. And then the other one, how did you find the one that's helping you with the new homes?
She's great. She was Coco Marie's personal assistant at the company where she was working.
Oh, that's wonderful.
And she kept telling Mom if I could duplicate her. And Mom, and then one day she's like, oh, she needs a job.
She needs a job. Oh,
like,
my gosh.
Oh my God. Yes.
So you know, so it sounds like Coco Jr., Coco Marie, it sounds like you have a real growth mindset, my dear. So she's that natural builder.
She's great. I mean, I'm telling you, I learn from every person, and I'm learning a lot from her.
That's wonderful.
And I'm blessed that I can work with my daughter.
Isn't that so special? That is so special. I love that. I love that. Okay, let me make sure I didn't leave any of those. And then another place, Madonna, where you can get virtual assistants too, because these are people that just kind of came into their life. There's companies like My Outdesk and things like that, where you can actually hire a virtual assistant for 20 hours a week. That is not very expensive, but there's all kinds of resources if you post on our forums that all over the place that have lots of VAs. And I know a lot of people that use virtual assistants consistently. So
I have never used someone virtually, but I know, because the people we found part-time, you can find them.
Yeah.
They want to work, and they are not very expensive, and they are looking for a part-time job because they have families.
Yeah, right.
So
it's like additional income for them. Yeah.
So they need you need them.
Exactly.
That's what they're looking for.
Yeah. So maybe Donna, maybe that person is in your database right now, right? That would be looking to do some hours, and you could get some leverage that way. So, so the point is opportunities all around you. First, you need to decide what is it that what's my next organic step? Who is that person I need to hire next? What do they need to do? Like I was just meeting with one of our ALC members, and the homework was, what's on my plate that shouldn't be on my plate that somebody else should be doing? And then what are the things that I'm not even getting to because I'm doing all this other stuff, right? Because now you have like the job description for the other person, and then they can come in and plus it, right? Jonna, did we answer everything about the question you had? You good?
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you. Thank you. You did.
Okay, dear. Thank you. Just checking. Okay. Any last questions before we wrap up? We have time for one more question. If anybody wants to unmute or put in the chat. Colum, I don't know if you know him from our South location. He's amazing. He says, great conversation. Our business should be based on relationships, not transactions. He is a rock star. Hello, my dear. Good to have you on the call. And then Estella is my friend. She's an OP in South Africa. And she said referrals make business so much easier.
Yes. And referrals, you know, your database is a business that you probably can sell when you retire.
Yeah.
I mean, your database, you need to start your database even
Yeah.
before you get your license.
Yeah, exactly. Right. And people, that's what I tell people too, is start writing down everyone you know, right? Everyone you know. And you'll find that you know more people than you think, right? Everybody you do business with, everybody that you went to school with, every neighbor you know, right? And put those names together and start building those relationships. Excuse me, because at the end of the day, it's about serving people. And if you really have a heart for helping people, it's going to come very natural. Yeah. So Donna just says, thank you for sharing today. And I would say,
thank you for listening.
Yeah, thank you for joining. We always love having people in our studio audience. So thank you guys for joining us today for Playing to Win with Coco Vargas. We sure love being in business with you, my dear.
Thank you so much for everything you're doing for the market center.
Oh, it's fun. It's a fun journey together. It's my honor. And you did great. I know she was like, we did in person. I'm so glad. The in person is fun, isn't it? Yes. Thank you for watching, you guys. We will see you next Wednesday. Happy June. Thanks for being here, guys.